How you doing, guys? Dr. Clarence Lee Jr. here, author of the upcoming book, Persist. And I help people with big dreams persist in pursuing their purpose in order to have a fulfilled life. Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about how do you deal with haters. Okay, so first I want to drop the baseline quickly about this topic of haters. So I wrote about it in my first book, but sometimes people will include this idea of haters in a sense of, hey, look at these people that are hating on me. I'm doing something great. I got all these haters. That's not where I'm coming from with this. Where I'm coming from is it's not this, look at me, I have haters. No, that's not the position. The position is, how do you deal with individuals that are not being helpful in your life, okay? And so some people will say, call them haters, naysayers, whatever you want. Here is how you deal with them. I got 4 points. First one is, don't take on negative energy. So I'm a real proponent I'm a huge proponent of space and vibes and energy, and it's real. And most people will agree if a person has a cheerful energy or if they have a negative energy. So if a hater comes into your space, however it may be, online or a coworker or somebody, and they come in your space and they don't have positive energy, if they're bringing negative energy and they say something, right, and you're in your zen zone, and then they say something, don't take on the energy. So if you notice that somebody's bringing negative energy into your space, you don't have to take it on. You can actually repel it, right? And one of the easiest ways that I do that is if I have a hater in my space or someone that's bringing negative energy to me, I smile at them. I just continue to smile. Smiling is contagious and it breaks down a lot of negativity. So just try to smile. But first things first, don't take on the energy. Don't take on the energy. Own your space. Own your energy. Okay? So you can't say, this is why I'm putting the ball in your court. So you cannot say, well, I was in my zone and then this person came over here and they did blah, blah, blah. No. You can make the choice to take on the energy or not. Don't take on the energy. Reflect what you want to see in them. If you want positivity, reflect positivity to them. Show them positivity if they're bringing negativity to you. So that's one. Don't take on the energy. Here's the second point. Their truth is not always your truth. So truth, quote unquote, is a hot topic nowadays. Everybody says, I'm going to stick with my truth. Well, here's the understanding. If somebody's bringing you, quote unquote, their truth, that truth doesn't have to be your truth. Okay, so they may see something and say, I don't think that's a good idea. That's not going to work. You're not good at that. That sucks. Okay, well, that's their truth. That doesn't necessarily have to be your truth. So you have to look at this feedback that you get or this haterism that you get. You have to look at it for what it is and say, well, that's how that person feels. I respect that. But that's not my truth. Second point, you don't have to take on their truth for you. Don't take their energy, and you don't necessarily have to say their truth is your truth. Third point, always assess a person's motive. So motives matter. Motives matter. Sometimes people are coming from a bad space and their motive is to bring you to the space where they are. Misery loves company, right? We've all heard that. So if somebody's coming to you, you have to look and say, because not all, quote unquote, not positive feedback is someone being a hater. Sometimes people are actually trying to help you. Sometimes they're giving you feedback that is constructive that you need to consider, and that's going to help you grow. So assess the source's motives. Are their motives pure? Is this someone that is a confident in your life that you believe in? Somebody that you know has your best interest at heart? Well, if they are, then listen to what they say, right? From an objective standpoint, and try to use it to advance yourself because you trust the source that it's coming from. This is a person that has value to me. This is a person that values me as well. This is a person that understands my mission. So I'm going to take this feedback, right? I'm going to assess their motives. If their motives are coming from a good place, take it for what it is and try to grow from it. You don't completely dismiss it. So assess someone's motives. Always look at motive. Motive is something that you have to assess in yourself as well, but motives are huge. And the last one, if someone comes to you with something and you're not quite sure if you like the energy, you're not quite sure if you're good with the truth, you're not quite sure what this person's motive, then the last thing I would say do is bounce it off someone that you do trust. And so for me, as I'm interacting online, I can get haters that will come and say, "Oh, who you think you are telling me blah blah blah, and I don't need to hear this and blah blah blah," And when I first started putting out videos and sharing advice or sharing things I learned about life, the first time I got a thumbs down, I was crushed, and I'm like, "Look, I'm on here I'm on here telling you can do it. How are you gonna thumbs down a you can do it video?" So I was crushed initially because I'm like, well, maybe I did make a bad video. Maybe I shouldn't be telling people they should do it. Maybe I should be, you know what I mean? And so I started questioning myself, right? And not going through these steps, right? Not necessarily, I didn't have to take on that energy, right? I didn't look at the source and see what their motives were, right? So I was crushed initially when I got negative feedback. People didn't like my videos. It's like, maybe I shouldn't be doing these videos. Oh, maybe my videos suck. Maybe nobody's getting any value from this, right? You go through this internal dialogue when I first started getting haters online. Well, the first thing I did was I noticed, and when I was studying, or when I read, sometimes I listen to classical music. And so I found a YouTube channel that had some Beethoven on there, like these long these long tracks. And I would listen to them anyway. One of the Beethoven playlists had like 600 and something thumbs down. And I'm like thinking to myself, this is Beethoven. This is like one of the historical figures in music. And 600 people thumbs down him? Well, come on, man. I mean, how can I expect not to get a thumbs down? And so you have to look at things objectively, right? Another person's truth is not necessarily your truth. You have to be pure in your motives, right? And say, I'm coming from a good place. I'm trying to do a good thing and continue to move forward. Don't take their truth on. Assess their motives. And then in the last part is I would ask somebody that I really trust, right? So for me, I bounce stuff off my wife all the time. So say, baby, yeah, this person said blah, blah, blah. What do you think about that? I mean, you know me. You see me every day. What do you think about that? Is there some ground to that? Like, is there some truth to that? And I'll ask her. And I know she loves me. I know she's going to tell me the absolute truth, right? So if you got somebody that comes into your space, you're not sure about the energy, you're not sure about their motives, you're not sure about the truth, bounce it off someone that you value their opinion and get their thoughts on it. Awesome. I hope that was helpful for you. If you run into some roadblocks today or some haters this week, go through those 4 steps. Do not take the energy on. Assess the source, assess their motives, and then ask somebody else about it that you do trust. I hope this was valuable. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about these videos. Let me know if you want me to talk about something else. I'm open to sharing everything that I've learned about life, fulfillment, and persistence with everybody that's watching these videos. Until next time, God bless, Godspeed.